Matas Buzleis continues to play well in Summer League. Me and Pat are going to recap his Summer League overall. Josh Giddey keeps playing well overseas. Also, we're talking about what he's going to bring to the Chicago Bulls. And the final two-way roster spot has now been taken up by DJ Stewart. All that and more on today's Locked On Bulls.
You are Locked On Bulls, your daily Chicago Bulls podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Locked On Bulls, member of the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every single day. That's Pat the Designer, host and creator of the Windy City Breeze, and host of the Chicago Bears podcast over at ESPN 1000. And yeah, Pat's been killing it over there, by the way. Y'all make sure you're going to support Pat over there on ESPN 1000.
Hey, listen, being able to do something in this time of algorithm that we all going through, bro, is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
YouTube is hating in these streets,
bro, it's crazy.
Bro.
It's like 3 Bears pages that are getting pushed right now.
Bro, I am
crazy.
getting a solid 4.9K impressions on my videos right now, dog.
That's crazy. Today's episode is brought to you guys by FanDuel, which I almost forgot. Make every moment more as playoffs wind down. The sport stops sporting like we want them to. But this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. All right, Pat. Matas Buzleis' Summer League. Like, it ended. That last game was absolutely disgusting. Honestly, we got to be real. The last 2 games of Summer League for Matas as a player weren't the best. I mean, he shot the ball, I think it was like 33% overall from the field, 28% from 3 over the course of his Summer League. But a lot of the things that we wanted to see, like Summer League isn't always about, because sometimes they go out there and tell you go out there and get your shots, something like that, to where, he's going to shoot the best percentages. But Buzelis showed a lot to me, like his ability to take players off the dribbles better and more advanced than what I thought it was. Yeah. His finishing around the rim is kind of better than what I thought it was. The movement out the ball is all legit. Those are all things that were advertised very well for Buzelis. How'd you feel about his Summer League overall, Pat?
I mean, I think my big thing with this Summer League is that you had a guy out there who was willing to do whatever it took to get to the bucket. And yeah, there's some games where he didn't have the best shooting percentages. The last couple of games were a little bit of a struggle, but that didn't change how he was defensively. It didn't change how he was attacking the lanes. It didn't change how he was playing the passing lanes. Like, I think there's a lot of things from Matas that actually it left me feeling positive about him possibly heading into the season, because to me, right, like, he was doing things that will gain you a role on this team. And I think that's really the big thing about Summer League. Listen, I was arguing with my brother yesterday, literally on College Football 25, which amazing. It's phenomenal. It's
Bro, like, this is one of the few times where it lived up to every bit of the hype. And keep in mind that it's carrying almost a decade of hype that people have been waiting for NCAA football games to come.
And the servers have been cooked. Like, imagine when they actually fix the servers. Like, it's gonna be nuts. But anyway, but I mean, like, to me, when I see, I was debating with my brother yesterday, I should say, and I was just like, Summer League numbers don't mean anything, right? We were talking about DJ Stewart and whether he's going to be on the team. And he's like, he's going to be on an NBA team. You watch. And I was like, yeah, as a 2-way, you know what I mean? Like, that's what Summer League numbers mean. You can literally play the best basketball of your life and nobody cares. But what are the intangibles that you do? What are the other things that you can do that, especially when you're put in a position like Matas is, that are going to get you on the floor? To me, the defense that we saw out of him, the ability to, I don't know if I'd call it, I can't call it rim protection. But I can call, like, he's a chase down demon, and he will definitely
weak side defense.
Yes, great help side defense. Yeah. But I don't know if I'd call him a rim protector, but it's usually around the rim that he's blocking these shots. So maybe. But they were just having that argument on Gil's Arena with Rasheed Wallace, bro. But, like, I think the thing to me at the end of the day is, like, when I can see that you can do those things, I can find a role for you on an NBA team. 20 points in Summer League don't mean nothing. The Gums put up 20-plus points in Summer League, I think.
Yeah, Gum's bald in summer league, bro.
It doesn't mean anything, but can you facilitate well? Can you get the rebounds? Can you be that great help side defender? Those are the things to me that mean more, because especially as a rookie, that means you're going to find your time on the court easier, because a lot of times those things are instinctual.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the things that, like you said, a lot of the instinctual things are what stand out, and you need somebody who just understands basketball, and especially with like him potentially play with Josh Giddey, Ayo Dosunmu as probably some of the league guards he's going to play with when he's out there on the court. Yeah. Him always moving is just something that's going to be so special on this team, especially for a team that looks like it's going to be trying to play faster. I love all those aspects of Matas's game. Like you said, how did I word it? It's not about the stats; it's about the process. Really, yeah. You want to look at the process that players are taking and doing out there. And Matas gave a lot as far as looking at that aspect of the game. Like I said, I wouldn't call it rim protection. Now, it could develop into rim protection, especially as he fills out.
I don't think he's going to be down there like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact. So,
although it is Billy Donovan, so he could literally play all his minutes.
But then also the steals too. Like, I don't want to overlook that. He had really good timing on using his wingspan to get some steals there, and that could be something that could play a part. Julian Phillips and Matas Buzleis are in a lot of ways looking to replace the energy that Javonte Green brought to this team.
Yeah, and that was literally what I was going to say. The guys that we keep find that do that are usually the guys you don't want to keep long term. Now, not to say I wouldn't love the Bulls to go out and re-sign Javonte Green, not to say I wouldn't have loved the Bulls to go out and keep DJJ, but they're not a part of your long-term plan. You know that they're not a part of your future in a sense, right? If you draft a guy like that, though, and that's kind of where he starts off his rookie year or his second year, like how Julian Phillips is, you feel a little bit better about that, especially with how Matas has played, because I don't know about you, but I think I live in one of two camps with him. On one side, if he develops a jump shot, I really do believe he could be a star in this league. Like a legitimate, maybe not a superstar, probably not a superstar. But if you tell me he's one of the top 30 best players in the NBA, I wouldn't be surprised by that if he's able to develop a shot. If he's not able to develop a shot, to me, he's DJJ. Like literally
more than that, but I get what you're getting at.
I don't know. Like we're talking about solid defense. We're talking about occasional solid shot from the three, which I would expect to improve a little bit throughout his NBA time. And a dude that can go up and get it at any point, and he's got a high motor.
Yeah, I mean, caliber of players is different. You still have to. He can be a much higher caliber than DJJ. I get what you're saying as far as making the broad comparisons, but I think he has a lot more upside than that. Even with his floor, that's
DJJ
just the way I view.
Kind of highly touted though.
He became that because he was on the team that went on a deep playoff run. But
no, DJJ he got drafted as that.
Oh yeah. Oh, you said drafted DJJ. Yeah.
DJJ was a highly touted player. I think if anything, DJJ underperformed in a lot of ways.
Yeah, from where he was drafted at, like for sure, because they thought he was going to round out and start and be a secondary scorer initially when he was drafted to Portland. Yes. That didn't work out, but he still and that he's a good example of why you don't ever really give up, because he still he bet on himself, continue to keep finding ways around. And one thing about DJJ, and we talked about that when he was here, he always found a way to add and bring something to your team, no matter where you had him lined up. Just give him minutes. And that's something you can never be mad at.
Suns or was he Heat?
I think he did start on the Heat.
He started on the Heat? I thought he started on the Sun. I don't remember. But yeah, to your point, yes, he was expected to be that opposite guy. And I see the thing is, I see Matas as the polished version of DJJ at a minimum. Which is something that
Phoenix, he did start in Phoenix. Did he?
Okay, I thought I was going to say that. It was a trash team, bro. It's not worth remembering. 2016 Phoenix Suns. I mean, what are we talking about? Is that a Eric Bledsoe leading the way on that team? I think that
probably is Eric Bledsoe.
That might be an Eric Bledsoe leading the way on that team.
I mean, but DJJ was undrafted though, so there you go on that one.
He went undrafted?
2016.
Why do I remember him being such an exciting? Maybe the hype was built up
around the Portland. Like he did have some hype around him when he was in Portland. They really thought he was going to turn into something in Portland, and didn't. Maybe for them. So.
He finally turned into something, and now he's in LA. And his career's over. You go to the Clippers to die. Let's be real.
It's so funny that the last time we talked about the Clippers, people were like, "Oh, I find it rich that Bulls fans are talking about Clippers." Yeah, y'all still living off that Lob City era? All right.
And they literally just went out and got a different Lob City player. That's all they keep doing, bro. They living off of that team that was up 3-1 and didn't get it done.
Exactly.
You know what? Before we do this ad break, it is crazy. Listen, I know our championships were a while ago, but it's wild how many fan bases talk trash like they got rings.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all can say we still living off that Jordan era. That's cool. Y'all Heights,
but we lived it.
Y'all didn't even win the title. Our Heights, we got 6 of them things.
You know what I mean?
So
must be really going crazy. Be like the bull. I mean, you living off of that Jordan era, bro. It was a Clipper fan. Oh no, it was a Portland fan. It was like, bro, y'all still living off of that Jordan era, and y'all talking about Portland like they dog water, which I didn't even know Portland fans existed. And I literally was like, sir, that Jordan era beat you. What are you talking about? Your best team ever lost to the Jordan era. Shut up. Like, get out of here, bro. Go cheer on Bill Walton, bro.
Exactly. It's like y'all got Bill Walton. Y'all have fun with that. That is hilarious,
Bill Walton, man. But that was bro. That was that. I don't know why. That'd be irritating me, bro. Like Ringo be beating his chest. I get it. His ring's a little bit sooner. They've been to the finals a lot more. But Ringo be beating his chest like he ain't got but 3 of them mugs.
Yeah, and I mean,
like,
and two of those came with one of the best team, the best team, top heavy teams of all time.
Yeah, man, so, stop playing.
Anyway, man, next up we're gonna be talking about Josh Giddey, how he continues to perform overseas. But before we get into that, we gotta get into a message from one of our sponsors, and that is FanDuel. I love sports. I love them so much. I never want them to stop. But as the playoffs wind down, we get fewer games, and the sports aren't sporting like we want them to. But FanDuel lets me keep the sports going whenever I want. All I have to do is open the app and dream up bets at any time I'm in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com and start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. All right, Pat. Josh Giddey. I don't think you got to talk about Josh Giddey and his performance against Puerto Rico. I think that was on one of the episodes I did solo. But then you add in this run against France. Josh Giddey with, if I'm not mistaken, this is off the top of my head, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, I believe is what the stat line was.
26 and 8. Yeah.
26 and 8. Okay. But great performance. Josh Giddey, I think, is going to shut up a lot of his doubters, but I think a lot of the Bulls fans that, understandably so, kind of because of you sent out one of the fan favorite players in Alex Caruso, you didn't get any draft compensation back from a team that has the most draft compensation probably in the NBA, and you only got Josh Giddey back, and he was coming off a bad playoff series. I think he's going to show a lot of those guys, hey, don't count me out yet, because it's the point guardsmanship, was the playmaking, generating open shots for my teammates. He does all that at a near elite level. And I'm going to say, if you look at the Puerto Rico games and the France games, there's easily 2 or 3 assists left on the table because his teammates just either weren't ready for the ball or missed shots, especially in that Puerto Rico game. Josh Giddey was serving them up assists, and they was looking at it like, you know what, we actually good. We got assists at home.
He was throwing empanadas anywhere. But can I get away with that? Can I don't know. I'm basically Puerto Rican. I've been told by Benny, I'm basically just Puerto Rican.
That's crazy. That's wild.
My bad. I think here's my thing about Josh Giddey that actually makes me a little bit more confident in the numbers we're seeing. They're not different than the numbers we saw from him. You know, normally, right, like you see Patty Mills go over there, and Patty Mills all of a sudden is a 25-5-5 player. It's like, all right, dog, like, wait a minute. I've never seen this version of Patty Mills in the NBA except like a few
like one playoff series.
Yeah, I mean, right, exactly. I was going to say, like, except one random playoff series. Like, you know, you see, look at what Carlik Jones did yesterday versus Team USA. You know what I mean? Like, listen, Carlik was balling. And it looked great. And I mean, this is versus the best collection of players you can get. So like, but it's something to be said to me when, yes, you can do it when playing for your country and going out there on one of the biggest stages. And I appreciate that. But when those numbers can't be replicated at an NBA level, remember after Patty Mills had, what was it? The last 4 years, when he balled out the last time in the Olympics, I believe Boston signed him that next year.
That sounds about right.
And he wasn't the same Patty Mills. Why? Because you're not going to be that guy in the NBA every single night because you're not asked to be that guy in the NBA on those nights. And so when you're not used to that, right, you have a different mindset. You settle into that role player mode. To me, Josh Giddey is being asked to be just the guy that he's being on Team Australia right now. I'm going to say above 18 to 20 point per game player. 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 rebounds, whatever it is. Like, that's the kind of player we need for the Bulls. That's the kind of player he was on OKC when the ball was in his hand. That's the kind of player that he always is when he's called upon. And that's why I feel like this is a little bit more sustainable in the long run than maybe when we see some of those other guys that play for their countries, like a Patty Mills. We've seen Dennis Schroeder ball out over there as well, although Dennis Schroeder has hooped in the NBA as well. Like those kind of names where you don't consistently see that at an NBA level.
For sure. I think also when you look at like, it's not like we haven't seen Giddey do this. That's the thing that always comes back to me on this. You go to Giddey's second season. We've seen him do it in the NBA. And like I get it. There is something to be said about, all right, well, if he can only be effective with the ball in his hands, is that going to make him easy to stop, slow down, whatever it is as we get on? We're still not done building this team yet. Like, at this point, I'm not mad at anything. And Josh Giddey has a skill set that I think is really going to help a lot of people on this team. I think it's going to help Matas. I think it's going to help Julian Phillips. I think it's going to help even Nikola Vucevic, and even help Zach LaVine. Josh Giddey really could help move Nikola Vucevic and Zach LaVine really when it's all said and done because of his partnership.
I'll tell you this. If everyone buys in, and I think that's the biggest question now, if everyone buys in, Josh Giddey's the perfect player for Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
Josh Giddey's the perfect player for Nikola Vucevic. But you have to have everybody willing to buy in, willing to sit there and say, and I think the thing is Josh Giddey's the perfect player for Billy Donovan as well. So like if everybody buys into that style of play being something, by the way, he's also a more durable player than we've had at the point guard position probably for the last.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, Chris Dunn was an injury prone player before Chris Dunn, who was our point guard. I'm trying to think. Is it still Derek? Did Derek come after?
No. We had the Jerry and Grant
in between. Yeah, Jerry and Grant, who wasn't durable either. Right before that, you got Derrick Rose. Before that, you got Nate Robinson. Or after that, you got Nate Robinson right in there. Like he's probably the most durable player.
Tomas
Satoransky was in there. Oh, Tomas was kind of durable.
Yeah. I don't remember how many games. It felt like he didn't play a lot of games, but that's just
felt like he played too many. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It could just be because he was bad.
He was terrible.
Yeah.
But I think that when you take that into account and you look at what Zach LaVine does, what Nikola Vucevic does, it makes perfect sense to pair those guys up. The biggest question around them is, are they going to play well with others? And by others, I don't mean the players on the court. I mean Billy Donovan, Arturas Karnisovas, Mark Eversley, because I think that's where a lot of the disconnect comes in this whole situation.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons to question what's going to happen here with the Chicago Bulls, and I think ultimately it just comes down to Billy Donovan. Like, again, not trying to blame this player, but the fact that you don't have a DeMar DeRozan who is – it's different when your three is also your primary ball handler and they don't shoot the three. DeMar was a solid ball handler and solid passer.
Yeah.
Josh Giddey is a playmaker. Those aren't the same things. They have similar attributes, but they're not the same things. Even without his ability to shoot the three, his ability to make plays for his team and get his teammates into open positions, that's a much different skill set, and I think that's one that's going to thrive here.
And this is the underrated part of all of it, dog. Like, to me, people don't pay attention to, and I think the Ben Simmons scenario is the one to most watch for. Muggs would say you can just back off of Ben Simmons and you play on your heels and literally like just let him shoot the three. And Ben Simmons bought into that, and it destroyed who he was as a player. Now, I don't know if Ben Simmons loved basketball. That was always my question with him.
Mm-hmm.
But Ben Simmons' ability to facilitate used to open the lane up for him so much because if Joel Embiid is cutting,
that's a fact.
Is he gonna dump the ball off? If I'm if I'm one-on-one here, is he gonna dump the ball off? Is he gonna dunk the ball? Is he gonna lay it up? I still have to make a decision. That's why you see Josh Giddey still able to get 20 points. That's why you still see Josh Giddey out there, even versus Team USA. What do you have versus Team USA? 17, I believe, versus Team USA. Like, that's why he's still able to contribute offensively, because if you're consistently moving, consistently cutting, if you just say, I'm going to play back and we'll collapse in on him when he gets in the paint, you just effed up, because now somebody's out on the three-point line, if we can knock down the three ball, wide open. And that's a more dangerous situation than just giving Josh Giddey the two. So I think that there's so much to me that he can still contribute to this team. And I understand everybody, he's not able to make threes. I don't want him to make threes. I got 3-point shooters to make threes. I want him to put those 3-point shooters in a position to make threes. And that's what I want to see from him.
And even when you look at that, which is a valid criticism that he can't make threes, he's gotten better from the 3-point line every season of his NBA career, percentage-wise.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you though. Seeing him shoot threes in this,
yeah, bro. You know what it is. You know what it is when he shoots threes. We've been giving him a lot of praise, so we can give a little criticism here. He looks like he doesn't believe he can shoot threes.
But that's the thing. He's got the Ben Simmons syndrome. But Ben Simmons got so messed up by like, I can't shoot threes. He stopped dunking on people.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you 6'10", 240. Go to the hole and get some work. And Ben Simmons had a phenomenal post game. Josh Giddey, I think his post game need a little bit of work, but when he shows out the back to the basket game, he's got a nice little float. He's got a nice little hook shot. He's got some things he can work on, right? Like, I think that if you're just not the dude, like to me, Jason Kidd spent his whole career not being a dude that was great at knocking down threes. He didn't get good at knocking down threes till like the last 6 years of his career.
Yeah.
If you can be Jason Kidd, I can find a spot for you on my team. Now, Jason Kidd was a phenomenal defender as well, so that plays into it, and Josh Giddey is not. So, yeah, we still got some room for debate.
That's the question. We talked about his room, just real quick, growth from three. How much room do you think he has growth to be a better defender?
I mean, I think he has to improve a lot for us to call him a bad defender.
Okay, go ahead and get your average in.
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and cap with the crew. He's not good at defense, bro. Like,
yeah, that's facts.
Josh, you know how Vooch is always lost on the pick and roll. Josh Giddey is just always lost.
Read your Ari, Broly.
Hey man, before we get to this final topic, where we got to talk about the Bulls signing DJ Stewart, who is a summer league standout. We got to tell you guys all about eBay Motors. Passion, drive, and patience. The formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay's guaranteed fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time, or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions do apply. eBay guaranteed fit, only available to U.S. customers. We need some kind of sound effect on that slam.
Yeah, like Locked On Dubs has a sound effect. Why is ours silent? I need this favoritism going on here.
I think it's literally just like they play something off the soundboard. You know, we need like a freaking.
No, you know what it should be? We should get the. Never mind. That joke was gonna go. Never.
Hey,
remind me to tell you after the game.
Hold on. I got it right here.
Zion Williamson.
Oh no, that wasn't it. It was the Law and Order. Da-dun.
Shout out to Law and Order, man. For some reason, still going.
Still going. DJ Stewart, final two-way deal by the Chicago Bulls as of right now. I don't know how they can look at Andrew Funk's play and think he needs to keep a two-way deal, but hey, regardless of that, DJ Stewart the Bulls decided to sign them to the final two-way deal. Keep in mind, Henry Drell, Marcus Domas, these are two players that people thought were going to be battling out for the final two-way deal. Ends up going to DJ Stewart. I think that it was the right decision made. How do you feel, Pat?
I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because if we get to the final dude on a two-way contract, it's bad.
That's
Stuff went left.
You're not wrong.
You know what I mean? Listen, I love DJ Stewart. I think that he balled out in Summer League. I love the storyline. I love the fact that he's a Chicago kid who's getting an opportunity to go out here and play for the team that I don't even know if I can say that anymore, right? Everybody always is like, the team that you grew up rooting for. And it's like, it's a lot of Chicago dudes in here that's like Laker fans. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of LeBron fans out here. So, but the one thing that I will say is that, listen, he balled out. I think he was the best player outside of Matas in Summer League. And so he deserves a contract for that. 37 points on Friday night, end up averaging 19 points per game in Summer League. That tells you that he can make an impact on your G League team, and you don't get rid of players like that. To me, this is how Summer League should go. Whoever the three best players are on your team that aren't under contract, they get your two-way deal. Why? Because you want to develop your three best players.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're taking a shot on a 22-year-old guard who went to Duke, shot the ball over 47% from the field, 40% from three, also averaged 6.5 assists. And I know I've seen some people criticize him and say, well, he was being a ball hog. Yeah, I think because he was playing for a contract. I think now that you've seen him, he has a contract. I think he's going to be a better facilitator. And honestly, I'll say this, to add to Pat's point, you want your three best players, but also I do think of DJ Stewart as somebody who can help develop Adama Sanogo because he's going to be able to get him the ball. He's still going to be down there in the G League as well next season.
Here's my problem with he's being a ball hog. Adama Sanogo averaged just above 15 points per game in Summer League. Matas Buzleis averaged 20-plus points in Summer League. He averaged 19-plus points in Summer League. Julian Phillips averaged 16, 15 points in Summer League. What's he hogging? He had one game where he was hot and they let him score the buckets.
Yeah.
That's not a ball hog. That's called the best player that night. Like, let's not sit here and pretend like we didn't watch everybody play well in Summer League. Now, is he a facilitating point guard? No. And I don't think that that's the expectation on him. You expect him to be a guy off the bench who can come in and be a spark, right? Like he's not going to be your starting point guard at any point throughout these first couple of years of you trying to develop them. The point is you're trying to find talent in a summer league that, let's be real, I love that we get hype about this every year.
It's the worst basketball you could watch, bro.
It's not a lot of talent. It's not, let me not say that. It's not a lot of NBA talent. NBA talent is very different than G League talent. G League talent is very different than D1 talent. D1 talent is very different than D2 talent. This shouldn't be something that has to be explained. And every single summer league, when I hear somebody making grand statements about like, he averaged 25 points per game in the summer league, and so I think he's going to come. I don't even know if Matas Buzleis is going to average 10 points per game in the NBA, and he averaged 20 points per game.
That's funny. Yeah, it's just like people, Javon Freeman Liberty didn't make it, didn't like, don't get me wrong, deserved a two-way contract, all of that, but he ain't really did nothing in the NBA since then.
Did he get a full contract and just never play with Toronto, or did he get a two-way? Not a two-way?
He played a few NBA games for them last season.
And listen, I bet you he balled out in the G League last year. Like, there's levels to this game. There's a reason that you can't just pick up a basketball and go in summer league and be like, I'm gonna be the best player ever. Like, yes, you can ball at a summer league level. We saw dang, I didn't forget his name so much because I don't care about him anymore. Who's old boy we draft? Marko Simonovic. Marko Simonovic balled in summer league last year. We were sitting there like, there's no reason he can't have a role on this team, except for the fact that he don't really rebound or play defense.
And he did not have a role on this team. This is what it is, bro.
Hey, and then when we saw him out there, even in his third year, we were like, ooh. Or what was it, second year? Whatever it was. Like listen, like I love Summer League because it breaks up the nothingness of the summer, and there's basketball to watch.
That's what it's there for. It's a tune-up. It's literally just to get. You know what it is, and I think we got to put this in. And I've seen a lot of people be like, "Well, Summer League, you can't mess a Summer League game because it's needed for development." Summer League isn't there for development. Summer League is basically say, "Hey, this is the NBA terminology. This is the NBA system. We want to see what you look like in that." And like I said, there are absolutely some games where like, all right, go out there. We want you to just take threes today. They're not really trying to.
Summer League is literally for rookies who were drafted. I need y'all to who were drafted to understand that this game, even at a G League level, is at a different pace.
Yeah.
And that you need to figure out that pace. And you need to figure out what style of offense we're calling. Or what style of defense we're calling. So when you get to training camp, you're ready to go. That's all it is. It is not to find the next Michael Jordan.
You ain't no Michael Jordan.
I hate that every Summer League, bro. Like I've dealt with so many.
We gotta have the same conversation.
Why is
every summer
DJ
league,
Stewart our backup point guard? Like, why are we only signing him to a true league?
We can get rid of Javon Carter for DJ Stewart. Like, bro, he's gonna guarantee.
And I'm gonna tell you this. Listen, y'all hear how we cook Leroy Carter every single episode. Leroy Carter would give 95% of this summer league buckets. I need y'all to understand that. Like, that's literally the level that summer league is.
Yeah.
Like let's stop playing this game, dog. Like it irritates. I understand the excitement. We're excited. He scored 20 points. He's gonna be a monster. Oh my goodness. He might not average 10 in the NBA. Let's stop playing that. Like it's levels to this game, bro.
Couldn't have said it any better myself, my friend.
Hey man, follow us on everything at Locked On Bulls. You can follow me on everything at Pat the Designer, and thank God summer league's over.
You guys can follow me at CEO Haize, and thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Locked On Bulls. We are free and available on every podcasting app and platform of your choice, as well as YouTube, the Odyssey app, and Fire TV. For Pat the Designer, this has been Locked On Bulls, man. We out here, y'all. Peace.
Now I got to go recruit these high school kids from college football 25, or as I like to call it, NCAA 2K25.